I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living."
You have to take chances in life. If you don't take chances in life, you'll never have the life God has for you. Life is about risk. If you play it safe in life, you ain't gonna have much of a life. If you play it safe, you won't have much of a life. Life is risk. It take courage to pursue it. I just did it. It cost me everything, but eventually, God is very good, man, when He sees you take a leap of faith. He supplies you everything you need. Now, it's gonna cost you something. But most people are not willing to pay what it costs to go after your dream, because you're gonna have to hurt a little bit. And most people don't like being uncomfortable. If you don't want to be uncomfortable, please do not pursue success. Success is very uncomfortable.
Taking risks in life is an important part of living. It can lead to success or failure. If you take risks, you might fail and make mistakes. But if you don't take any risks, you'll never know what could have been if you did. It's hard to take risks. Some people are born risk takers, while others are more cautious. Risk-taking pushes us to achieve things we never thought we could do, and it makes the world a more challenging and exciting place. It allows us to learn and grow in ways that we may not have otherwise. There are many reasons why taking risks is important, but one of the most significant ones is that it allows for learning, growth, and development in ways that you may not have experienced otherwise. Taking risks can have some devastating consequences. Before taking a risk, it is important to weigh the pros and cons to ensure that you are making a carefully calculated decision.
Well, you should be afraid of taking risks and pursuing something meaningful. But you should be more afraid of staying where you are if it's making you miserable. It's like you're paying a price by sitting there being miserable. And you might say, well, the devil I know is better than the one I don't. It's like, don't be so sure of that. The clock is ticking.
Yeah,
and if you're miserable in your job now and you change nothing, in 5 years you'll be much more miserable and you'll be a lot older.
Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. I got 3 reasons, and then you can pick up your iPhones. First, you will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it.
When you have children, you have to encourage them. You have to encourage them to take risks because they have to grow up and take their place in the world. You can't protect them too much because if you do, you destroy them. That's the motif of Hansel and Gretel. Right? 2 kids lost in the woods. They find the gingerbread house. That's a little bit too good to be true.
Not every event has a guaranteed outcome sometimes. One has to take a gamble in the game of life. There are some, however, who would prefer to travel within the safe, confined lane of actions with a definite outcome. Deciding whether or not to take risks in life can be tricky, but as Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, do not be too timid and squeamish about your actions. All life is an experiment. Without a certain amount of risk-taking, nothing could be achieved. This is because even the food that we consume on a daily basis could have a negative impact on our lives. Anybody who takes a full role in society takes risks. Crossing the road, using a bus, driving a car, and talking to people they do not know.
Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots. And you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams.
If you stay safely planted where you are and you never jump, you never take a chance to go see what God really has for you, you're not going to ever live. You're going to merely exist. You're going to wake up And you're gonna live with what if I. You're gonna live with if I had only. You're gonna have to live with the fact that there are people's dreams coming true every day with the exception of yours.
We need inspiration, and inspiration can only be born from taking risks, from jumping into the unknown, from traveling into uncharted territory for the sake of adventure. Inspiration is intangible and mysterious. It's the stuff giving the world its color. We stay inside of our manufactured little boxes and never stray too far. It's easy to get comfortable and not want to disturb our sense of peace. Getting out of your comfort zone implies tearing your world apart for the sake of new experiences.
We all live in this bubble. What you gotta do, you gotta put more air in your bubble. You got to blow your bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. Start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself. Get out here and get about it. Look, I'd love to sugarcoat this thing for you. I'd love to tell you, look, you can go out here and get rich, do a couple of things. They ain't happening. You got to get real doggish. You got to get downright funky if you want to make it.
There isn't necessarily a reason why a priori you should just feel good about yourself, but if you can view yourself acting in a courageous and forthright manner and encountering the world and trying to improve your lot and taking risks, in a non-naive way, well, then you have something that you can comfort yourself with at night when you're wondering what the whole damn point of your futile and miserable life. And that's necessary because it's often the case that you wake up at 4 in the morning, or at least sometimes the case that you wake up at 4 in the morning when things haven't been going that well and wonder just what the hell the point is of your futile and miserable life. You have to have something real to set against that. It can't be just rationalizations about how, you're a valuable person among others, even though that's true. That's not good enough. You need something that's more realistic to set against that. And observing courage in yourself is definitely one of the things that can help you sleep soundly at night when things are destabilized a little bit around you.
Nobody could live without waking up in the morning and not take a chance that day. Living in fear makes us little points in the world without no expectations in life, and that makes us weak. Do not be scared of being who you'll like to be or to take an opportunity. If something came up to our mind and stay there, it is worth the risk. Trust the feelings, take chances, and learn from past mistakes. It doesn't matter if we fail at the end, life brings us where we have to be. Let's not be scared about choices, life is all about that. If you found this video informative, be sure to subscribe to our channel to stay updated, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for more timely updates. Hope to see you again soon.